I grew my glutes at 44 even with flat butt genetics. In this video, I'm going to show you the 3 things that grow big glutes while keeping my waistline small. Anyone can do this. Strong glutes help you live longer and better. They create that hourglass shape, and no one ever wrote a song about small butts. It is I, Ramona, the hot mom coach, and I have helped hundreds of women get lean, toned, and confident for over 9 years. Here's what no one tells you. Your glutes are made up of both muscle and fat. So growing your glutes really depends on 3 things. Genetics, where you tend to store fat naturally, how easily you build muscle, also genetic, your structure. Training and nutrition must come together. And if you apply what I'm about to teach you, you will build your glutes regardless of genetics or age. Let's get into genetics first. You know how some women just tend to have a round butt even though they've never lifted a dumbbell their whole life? That's fat storage, not muscle. It's where their bodies naturally store fat. On the other hand, you'll have women who are training really hard for years and they still have a flat butt. And that's usually because they don't store much fat in their glutes. And you might be prone to storing fat somewhere else, in your hips, thighs, arms. And that is why this isn't about training hard. It's about training smart. Because what works for a genetically gifted woman is not going to work for everyone. Although building your glute muscles will absolutely increase size, you need to have some healthy body fat to make your glutes look bigger. That's why when you lose a lot of fat, you tend to lose your butt as well. Now, if you see a woman with like an enormous butt, she's extremely lean and shredded, she's probably taking some kind of enhancement to protect her glute muscles while she drops body fat everywhere else. So a lot of influencers do this, and stage competitors at top levels, it's a given. So let's get into muscle building potential. I had to learn the hard way that my body does not build muscle easily. As a woman, it's already hard to build muscle, but with my genetics, it is even harder. I used to do tons of workouts from random apps and Instagram, all glute focused, promising a pokey butt, but my butt still looked like a pancake and I was about to give up. But when I hired a coach and I started training smart, my glutes just exploded and it did not take forever. I finally saw those curves, clothes fit better, and I just felt stronger and sexier. Number 3 is your structure. Now, most of you want curves, but you're stuck chasing small, eating less, doing more cardio, skipping meals, and then you wonder why you're not building anything. You see all these influencers with those tiny waists and you think that that is the goal, to shrink. But something that just changed the game for me is understanding that toned isn't small, it's muscle, and muscle requires food. Now here's the best part. I beat the first 2 genetic obstacles, and I grew my glutes with the 3rd thing, which is the right training and nutrition. And this is possible not with surgery, not with hacks, but with strategy. So here's what I did. I ate to build, not shrink. I was eating around 1700 calories and I bumped it up to 2500 calories. I started timing my carbs around my workout. Before training, protein and carbs like chicken and rice, and post-workout, fast digesting carbs and protein. This is something I really hone in on with my clients to maximize their gains, because over 40, it is the detail in your nutrition and training that's going to get you results. You cannot copy exactly what someone else is doing. Your body is different. So this is a great starting point, but you're gonna have to tweak constantly to get the best results. And this is why I change my clients' calories almost every week, because we don't want to plateau or gain fat. I got off cookie cutter plans. I stopped doing what every 20 or 30-year-old influencer was telling me to do. And I built a plan that was made for my 44-year-old body. One that let me train hard, but also recover hard. Recovery, this is the part most women skip. You can't just do more. You have to do better. So I train my glutes 2 to 3 times a week, mostly twice a week. But I kept the intensity high and I made rest super important. I stuck to 8 to 15 reps, sometimes 20 reps. I've actually gone both ways. High reps, like over 20 reps, and then super low reps, like 1 to 3 reps. Both sucked and they did not work for me. Now I stay in that sweet spot of hypertrophy. 8 to 15 reps for strength and size, and I'll occasionally go over 20 reps if I want to burn out or push close to failure. It's usually at the end of my workout. And of course, this is an advanced strategy that I teach my clients. But I stopped doing endless reps with light weight, and I started lifting heavy enough to challenge myself and really pushing close to failure where I had only 1 to 2 reps left in the tank. Next, I focused on the right moves. So these are my ride or die glute builders. Hip thrust, which is the queen of glute growth. Romanian deadlifts, but you've got to bend your knees to really hit your glutes. Box squat, you can add a band. So good for that butt. Bulgarian split squats. These suck, but oh my god, they are phenomenal to grow your glutes. And then I add accessory work, cable kickbacks or abductions. How to train your glutes? Your glutes are the largest muscle groups in the body. So just like any other muscle in your body, they need heavier load. So fairy kickbacks on the Stairmaster are not going to build solid glutes. That's cardio. And seriously, don't expect to build big glutes with 10-pound dumbbells, especially if you're genetically gifted like me with a flat ass. You need to lift heavier weight in the 8 to 15 rep range. I give my clients tons of creative ways to push glute growth. I usually lower the weight on the last set and I'll do like 20 reps until I bone out. This is a strategy that I use in my program to really smoke your glutes and give you an insane pump. If you want to target that under butt area, these are non-negotiable. Romanian deadlifts, kickbacks, any kind of lunges like Bulgarian split squats, walking lunges. I love elevated lunges on the Smith machine. If you want that shelf butt, any exercise where you move your leg to the side is going to grow that area. So abductions, seated abductions, cable abductions, or lateral band walks. Now, obviously, there's tons of different combinations using all these exercises, but my suggestion is to pick 4 or 5 exercises max with the structure that I gave you and hit those for a good 6 to 8 weeks, focusing on getting stronger each time you do them. If you want a 6-week done-for-you program at the gym or at home, at any fitness level, specifically for women over 40, check out my 6-week guide. It is at a limited time offer. The link is in the description. Let's rock and roll.